One of the big reasons why we believe so strongly in the power of worship and prayer is because Jesus said it works. And if we can't take his word for it, man, we're in deep trouble. But let's take a look at just one passage, John 12:32. He says, "As for me, if I am lifted up from the earth, I will draw all people to myself. Or if I am exalted from the earth, I will draw all people or all men to myself." Now, the really interesting thing about that scripture is that we, in our English translations, have inserted the word men or people. The actual text of scripture, what Jesus said was, if I am lifted up, if I'm exalted, I will draw all to myself. So not just people, but the whole entirety of creation. So when Jesus died on the cross, rose from the dead, ascended into heaven, and gets lifted up, exalted through our worship and prayer, we are literally having an impact on the restoration of all of creation. So yes, we have many stories, dozens of stories of people just walking into a burn where there's no agenda but just to worship Jesus and getting radically saved right on the spot. No one talking to them, no gospel shared, no Roman road, but just an encounter with Jesus in an environment of worship and prayer. But even beyond that, this power of worship and prayer goes out and affects creation itself. And we see these incidents in places like Cali, Colombia, where there was demonic strongholds that were oppressing the people and the land, and the believers there united together in worship and prayer. The demonic strongholds were broken, and then they saw tremendous fruit being born from the land. Huge squash, huge watermelons, just massive fruit. It's like the earth was saying, thank you for releasing me, for freeing me from this bondage that I was under. So worship and prayer is so important, not just to draw all people, and not even just to fill our souls with the joy of the Lord, but it is impacting all of creation. Jesus said, I will draw all to myself when I am lifted up. So as we lift up Jesus, whether it's in a burn or a corporate worship on Sunday morning or an Awaken the Dawn tent or the dozens of other modes and methods out there of worshiping Jesus, we are literally having an impact on creation itself. We are partnering with God the Father to bring creation back to its original design. The power of worship and prayer cannot be overstated. It is impactful for ourselves and our own souls to align ourselves with Jesus and what he's doing. It is powerful in drawing people to the King of Kings. But it also is transforming the world around us, impacting the atmosphere, impacting the land that we live on. So worship and prayer is so powerful because Jesus said it was, and he draws all to himself. Thank you.